Hey, everybody. mm. New York City, Detroit. What's up, Detroit? What's up, New York? What up, no? I'm gonna give everyone some space and time to get into the stream. Yeah, let's get everybody some space. Just get present here. Those of you who are tapping in from Atlanta, y'all should be meeting up with me tomorrow for ice cream. I ain't selling y'all nothing. Let's just meet up for ice cream at Ice Cream You in my neighborhood. Okay? I'll be saying that throughout the live because it don't make sense. Y'all in Atlanta and I'm in Atlanta and what? Stop playing. We need to link. Period. Thank you, Yolanda. I see you is like the most, like, it touches me. Thank you so much for that love. So much. Hey, Tamika, so you're saying you in Atlanta? If you're in Atlanta, pull up. I'll be there from 2:30 to 4. Okay? Yeah, pull up. Ice Cream Moon. It's spelled AISKR. Girl, let me not lie. I'm making up stuff. But I think it's in Ice Cream Mule. Ice Cream Mule. Yeah, it's AISKRIMU, Ice Cream Bar. And on Cascade Road. Okay? I'll be there from 2:30 to 4. No excuses, Atlanta. Okay? When I do events, especially community meetups, that's one thing. But when I produce events, save your pennies, okay? So take advantage of these community events, these meetups that I'm doing just for us to be people, okay? When I do sound bath experiences, when I do the concerts, like that is gonna be like $70 to like $200, okay? Because I'm very intentional with creating spaces for humans, body, mind, and soul. I don't compromise. I don't cut corners. If you've seen any of my events that I do, you know I do not play. So, there's that. Hi, Cheryl. What's up, girl? How you doing? Yes, my affirmed embodied sisters are in here. I love y'all. I've been spending this is the 5th week we've been together. Next year will be 6 weeks. So I can't believe it's going by so fast. I think people still can join too. You'll just be 5 weeks behind. But I have all the replays. But y'all can go to my website if y'all want to join. But anywho, let's get into tonight. How's everybody doing today? Tonight, I just want you all to know I do affirmation ceremonies for new moon and full moon. I just started doing this year, I believe, and consistently. And I'm not shrinking myself when I say that I'm not a teacher. My journey has taught me so much, to where I'm not trying to humble myself or be modest. It's just I have grounded so much in my human experience that I know enough to know I don't know anything at all. And that whatever wisdom that I share and I speak, it comes from my own journey. This, I like to, within how I show up in the world, I like to take my, I won't say I like, okay, let's not, I can appreciate, and I'm grateful that I have the ability, the boldness, the bravery, the the naturalness, the authenticity to take my medicine in front of y'all. So I want you all, if this is your first time being a part of a full moon, new moon ceremony with me around affirmations, understand these are from my personal devotion. Look, okay, this is my personal devotion. And I'm sharing what I am doing during this new moon in Virgo, okay? How was your Leo season? He said take up space with intentions at 100, period. Hi, Linda. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. How was y'all Leo season? Leo season was activated. I feel like I activated heat. Activated heat, fire. The ideas I got in the works right now, it's chef's kiss. It's, you know what I love about it? It's so me. It's so just Tony Jones. It's so like divine definitely gave, like, channeled herself through me, as me, expressed as me, through me. And I just love that, because one thing affirmation music and fashion has done for me is show me that why am I fumbling off my words? Me staying in my lane, is more than enough. Okay? You staying in your lane is more than enough. You do not have to, you don't have to be on the beaten path. You can go into a whole nother lane for yourself. Know that the infinite intelligence that you're connected to can provide you the clarity on crafting your own lane, your own custom pivots that are aligned with who you are. Okay? So that's what excited me about Leo season, was the creative downloads that I got on how I want to show up in service as a creative, as a woman, as an artist. It's just sexy, it's funny, it's whimsical, it's powerful. It's me. I love it. I'm in love with it. If my ideas were a person, I would be obsessed and very clingy, okay? Okay, New York City. So let's get into this. Let's take a deep breath. Let's do 2 more of those. In through the nose. Allow yourself to melt into the present moment. Let's do 1 more. In through the nose. You feel like you need one more? Go ahead. Take another deep cleansing breath. I'll do it with you. Now put your hands on your heart and feel your heartbeat. Feel the rhythm of your heartbeat with your hand. Feel that rhythm. That energy that is causing that heartbeat to go is the same intelligence and energy that's running through the roots of trees, the same intelligence that's causing the air to move, to flow. It's causing the morning to rise, the evening to set. We are connected to the intelligent reality of God. It's inside of us. It's sourcing our aliveness. This is the same energy, the same frequency that wants to source our awareness and our consciousness to make choices, to surrender and accept and open up. So the density of our understandings, the density of our thoughts, the density in the corners of our mind, soul, and body can open up, loosen up, so that energy can flow on through to where we get to experience the reality of God in so many areas of our life. We get to be a witness of it. That heartbeat is always going for us. Putting the hand over the heart. Is to be reminded of the present moment, that we are sourced. So as we go into this Virgo season, after a Leo season that heated so much up, it's time to cool it on down into the earthing of devotion. Okay. Okay. Who wants to be a moderator tonight, to moderate the room? What did I write down here? Let me know in the comments if somebody would like to help me moderate the room. Make sure we can delete, crazy comments and what do they call trolls and stuff. Okay, we got some people in the room. Those of you who are in Atlanta, again, meet up with me tomorrow. Let's go get some ice cream, especially after the night we're about to have tonight with our new Moon Affirmations, okay? All right, Lady Quay, I'll make you a moderator. Okay, I added you as managing moderator. Refinement, grounding. Refinement and grounding and rooting. I look like I got a Bible here. It's not a Bible, it's just a journal that I bought that's made out of real paper. I love writing on real paper. I don't know, it makes me feel, I don't know, like something. Refinement, grounding, and rooting in sacred devotion and pattern. What's been coming up for me a lot lately is pattern, patterns. The theme of our affirmations are rooted in devotion in the details. And when I think about devotion, I think of pattern. That's what came to me. Because everything has pattern. Everything. Our very fingerprints have a pattern to it. Our DNA, our genetic is a pattern. Flowers have a pattern. Behavior has a pattern. Technology has a pattern. Something about life responds to pattern, repetition. And I am going through a refinement in regards to my patterns. Whew. Right, Tamika? For real. Uh, yes, our fingerprints look like a tree stump. It's wild. It's wild. I've been volunteering at this local garden here in Atlanta, like once a week. And y'all, the downloads from nature, the wisdom that nature teaches you on how to navigate and handle and tend to your nature. Nature basically gave us a blueprint. There was, what were we doing yesterday? Me and Habiba, shoot, I forgot what it's called, but it was basically we took all the weeds up and we got some compost and topped the compost over the dirt, and we put the weeds in piles, and then we put it in the thingamajig, I forgot. And some of the roots of the weeds, they were just like, they look like veins. They look like lightning. They look like electricity. They look like how it looks when thoughts are created and synapses are being connected. I'm a neuroscience human behavior nerd, so if you don't understand everything I'm saying, count it to that, okay? And I was just like, man, this is just really amazing how nature and our bodies be twinning. Like, our lungs have a relationship with trees, literally, biologically. And so when it comes to moving into this Virgo season, it feels like I'm being called to refine my patterns so I can allow the naturalness of it all to unfold before me. And so the patterns are not formulas to get a certain result. The patterns are a part of my devotional practice with me, to me, for me. So I can be of true service from a full place, ever-flowing place. What do I mean by that? What I mean is that there is, and this is not just happening with me, I think this is happening with a lot of people. There is a reframing of a lot of the energy that we've used in the past from the patriarchal paradigm to get things done and have successful results. Language like discipline, and no shade to this language, but it's the energy behind it, okay? It's the conditioning behind it. It's the vibrational approach that's behind it. Words like discipline, hard work, commitment, consistency, these are all healthy words, right? Based on what I know as far as the etymology of them. some of them are not healthy words, okay? But the energy of it is not healthy. So whether they're healthy or unhealthy words to speak, the energy behind this language is oppressive. It feels like a punishment. I gotta work hard. I gotta discipline. I gotta commit to working out. I gotta save. I gotta do this. I gotta put myself on a budget. Like, that energy completely makes me like, ugh. So if I know that there has to be a certain pattern with myself and for what I want to do and how I want to live and what I want to create, and it requires discipline, it requires consistency, it requires commitment, but the energy of that language doesn't resonate with me. Hey, call me a hippie, call me a fairy. It don't land for me. So the reframing, especially for Aries, because we're the innocents, we're the babies of the zodiacs. And so, and I've always, when I tell y'all, for a long, long time, I looked up to boss bitches and women who were just had it together, like their work ethic was dope. They were consistent, and I would try and perform that persona embodiment, but try and make it my own too, because I'm like, I'm in wellness, I'm in spirituality, I'm in youth empowerment. For years, I was trying to perform this persona that I work hard too, even though I have these progressive, esoteric, utopialistic concepts of how to approach my life, my business, and it never worked. It never worked because I was trying to work from a paradigm that it wasn't my pattern. So natural growth in that persona or in that pattern was never going to work for me. So what do I do? Do I abandon systems? Do I abandon patterns in the name of being fluid and in flow and in ease and well-being and softness and ooh la la? No. No, I go to the Most High for my own refinement of my patterns, my own grounding, to find out what's the blueprint for me, for my natural growth. And we must ask ourselves that. What if there's a work ethic that's only designed for you? What if it's a work ethic that is customized for you, for your own rhythm, for your own pattern? What if? I think that's why a lot of us are exhausted, because we've been trying to fit our circle ass into a triangle or fit our square ass into a circle. You know what I'm saying? Just like this westernized, colonized construct has made us feel like we've all had to fit into this one track way of being, working, creating, and showing up. Let it be wild, but let it be grounded. That's nature. So in my devotion is things that I have on here like don't share, things to share, because some things are kind of are personal. So what I have found too, yeah, what I have found too, being a spiritual woman in the wellness industry, the empowerment, all of that jazz. Um, Thank you so much, Silent Night Sleep Music. Appreciate you. Hold on, what is this? Silent Night Sleep Music. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. More money, more money, more money. That's the season I'm in. Um, that's what we're talking about, rooting. I want to share with you all that um, my own journey with the exactly dimples. I get paid to be me. That's what's been happening for some years now. And I want to share something with y'all. Now, this part is personal, and I'm going to share with y'all because I don't mind who watches this part or knows this. I don't care. Being me has been very interesting in a capitalistic society who is invested in free thinking, being free, okay? I come from the youth empowerment world. I used to work in education in Detroit. Some of you may know that. And I was in women's empowerment heavy in Detroit as well. And when I transitioned out of those networks into a whole new world of music and full-time entrepreneurship, that was new for me. And it didn't get wobbly until I had to figure out ways to sustain it. Because so much of it was happening fast for me. And none of it was happening fast from me being diligent or working hard or trying to get these results. It happened naturally in a season where I was enjoying play and enjoying not having bills because I moved back in with my parents. But one of the things, by being in the wellness, the spiritual, the free thinking, you learn how that culture will judge and shame capitalism and business and systems. And I think I witnessed it. I don't think I witnessed it in myself, but I witnessed it come up for me as a way to think. Follow me here, okay? I was seeing so many people in the culture of free thinking, esoteric practicing, um, um, spirituality and wellness. Thank you, Stella. I noticed that there was a certain language that was happening in these spaces, whether people were entrepreneurs or people were nomads or people were life coaches. People were over the game of capitalism, and I get it. People wanted to not be in this colonized way of approaching life because it's not natural. However, we're living in America. We're living in the mecca of capitalism. So to create a countercultural world, the best way to do that is from within. And I've learned that every time that I've tried to, or I've seen people try to achieve a world or a life outside of doing their inner work, it's always failed and the ego has always led the way. Why am I saying this? Because it's so important when we have these enlightenments on how life should be, or how money shouldn't be the thing that governs our exchange and our marketplace and all of this language that I have even said myself, that I believe in too. But I believe when you transcend, you get these concepts, but you got to come back to the body. You got to come back to doing your laundry. You have to come back to checking in with your stewardship when it comes to money. Come back to you know, what's my relationship with food? Come back to the clutter that's in my bedroom. Come back to the torn up clothes that I still keep in my drawer. Come back to the human experience. We didn't come here to be just these spiritual gurus. We came here to have a human experience. We came into the body to experience the ego, to experience personality, to experience contrast, to experience shadow and light, to experience enlightenment, to experience pain, to experience beauty and nature and paradise and taste and sex and pleasure and disappointment. We came to experience it all for us to come to a one consciousness, a unity consciousness of it all, and how it's all warped together into a pattern of unity, of wholeness. So I learned in my journey that no matter how aware and illuminated I become of what's wrong with these systems and you know, we should be living in a more village type spaces, or we should be more, you know what I mean? More natural living. I'm in America. And yes to all of that. But how can I be of service to people when I'm raggedy in my own life? Where am I raggedy? Where am I out of order? Not because I'm trying to achieve perfection. I'm being intentional with being present with the way my life requires devotion in the details. I'm grounding myself back to my body, to my human experience. Tony Jones, what do you need from me? What do you need from me? What is your life asking of you? Where are you believing your own bullshit? What are you avoiding? Come here, baby. Come out the shadows. I got you. You're safe. We done seen a lot of bad stuff. We done seen a lot of darkness. We done seen a lot of shadows. But you're safe to come into the light. I have compassion and grace to hold you, Tony. I know nobody taught you this. I know you feel like you're this. Hey, those are illusions and distractions. You're perfect, you're whole, and you are aligned. Now talk like it and move like it and ground like it. See, affirmations is not just positive things to say. It's a loving communication you have with yourself. Through it all. You said self-love has been very challenging for me. So this is what I would suggest you to do, because it is a journey. It's not a destination. I would suggest you to do, and this is just something that has helped me in the in life, because I mentioned it in some of my songs. I think it was Worth Ethic. I said I no longer procrastinate because I release the belief that I procrastinate. So when I release and I let go of the belief that I procrastinate, then I start to imagine, who am I without procrastination? What do I do then? How do I show up then? What do I say about myself then? So entertain the imagination, entertain the truth. Who am I when I don't proclaim I struggle with self-love? What do I do when I believe I struggle with self-love? Because self-love is the very essence of who I am. That's why I have an immune system that is fighting and healing for me. That is why my cells always degenerate and regenerate because there's a self-love that's happening within me. That's why I have a heartbeat. That's why I have lungs. That's why I have an ego. That's why I have breath. Self-love is my very embodiment. And I am open to an imagination that opens up visions and images and affirmations and self-talk of who I am when I say I am strong in self-love. Because I speak by faith, not by sight. I speak what I want to create, not what I want to repeat. Did that make sense? Wait. You get it. Okay? So Darcella, this right here is a gateway of life and death. Watch what happens when I'm quiet. You can't hear my thoughts. But when I open my mouth, am I speaking life or am I speaking death? Because this is my creative agent. This is my technology of taking something that comes from the inner world outside and broadcast it with sound, with vocal cords. So just experiment with that. I'm not trying to say you to be fake with yourself. I'm saying experiment with the power of saying, I am powerful in my self-love. I am the very embodiment of self-love. I am open to imagining who I am when I'm aligned with self-love. Who I am when I let go of the idea, the beliefs, the rehearsing that I struggle and challenge with self-love. I'm not trying to bypass what I've known about myself, but I'm a creative agent for truer embodiments of me. Who taught me how not to love myself? I give thanks for those people because now I know that I'm going to teach myself how to love myself. Even when self-hate comes up, self-sabotage comes up, I get to choose to say, hey, I remember you. We was cool for a while, but I let you go now. I love that, Rachel. A lot of us are feeling, go back to the land, go back to the land, go back to the land. But remember, you are made of the things of the earth. Remember, do not forsake the land of who you are. This land that we are, we get to earth, ground, and refine it. Make it good soil for all the visions that want to come through us, for all the ways the Creator, Source Consciousness, the great I Am, wants to express itself through our personality, our talents, our quirkiness, our shadows, our genius, our brilliance, our creativity, our compassion, our service. Don't forget the land of who you are. Don't forget the body that grounds everything. Okay? That is what I'm doing. Okay, what did I put down here? Refining my rituals, prioritizing my well-being, aligning my daily habits with what truly matters. What truly matters. What truly matters. This circuitry of being addicted to social media, how many likes, this circuitry that's looping through humanity. Not everybody. The circuitry of being addicted to the phone, the circuitry of Has my content going viral? The circuitry of why hasn't this happened yet? The circuitry of comparison, that circuit, that frequency, does it truly matter? Does it truly matter? And so many of us are grounding our ideas, our expression, our voice in that when it don't truly matter. We're grounding our brands, our missions, our businesses, our offerings in that circuitry that doesn't really matter. The real life of the body with other bodies, the real life of the bodies with the earth, the real physical experience of engaging with life. Why is my hip hurting like that? There we go. See? The body will signal to you, hey, I don't like this. Let's adjust this. Competing in comparison is a no for me, period. I'm so grateful for your messages. Thank you. And so, refining my rituals, prioritizing my well-being, aligning my daily habits with what truly matters to me. What truly matters to me? What truly matters to me is that I'm growing, that I'm maturing, that I'm bearing fruit in my due season, that I am confident in how I'm showing up. What truly matters to me is connection and communication with those I love. What truly matters to me is having a healthy relationship with my nervous system. What truly matters to me is me actually enjoying the whole entire process, figuring that out. The curiosity of how good you can experience life. In the midst of grief, tragedy, injustice, darkness, change, discomfort, can we imagine what truly matters to us and grounding in that? So I'll give you guys an example. What matters to me is having a community, not an audience. Okay? What truly matters to me is having a community, not just an audience. Because we can do that. I've done it. I've got audience for days. But community, connection, communication, I'm learning how to do that as a woman in business and a woman of service. Being able to ground myself in the safety of engaging and socializing with the audience that the Most High has trusted me with. It's okay, Tiffany. I'm going to tell you, it's so okay. It's okay for it to be hard. It's okay for it to be somewhat easy some days, and some days it's not. Grief has that way of having intense density. But the more you do these simple, small, you know what I'm saying? Simple, small movements and actions, the more you can lean into the spaciousness to where there is more truer capacity for the joy. Okay? You don't want to force joy where there is no space for it. I also wrote down this moon is purifying me, devotion over distraction, dopamine being replaced with timeless spirituality. You know? Dopamine being replaced with timeless spirituality. What do I mean by that? What I mean is being on social media and, you know, becoming, you know, well known for what you do and who you are and how you show up in the world. There's a dopamine from that. People pleasing and getting some type of gratification and validation from that. You know, it's a dopamine hit. You eat that pasta, that bread, them cookies, there's a dopamine from that. You know, that, yeah, getting attention, that dopamine, that reward center being activated, that validation. And let me just say this, because validation gets a negative rap. I just, listen, I come from the psychology, academic world. Validation is a part of human happiness, okay? Scientifically, biologically, psychologically. Validation is legit. We're going to have to put him on timeout. Thank you. Yeah, time people out or remove them, block, whatever. Yeah, and so as natural as dopamine is, we have become a part, we have evolved into a state of dopamine addiction, stimulated by dopamine constantly. Healthy dopamine is good, but when we're seeking something outside of us to give us that, you know, and timeless spirituality is being able to tap into the appetite of your spirit. The ego will say, I want an audience. I want to go viral. I want to show this celebrity follows me, or this celebrity liked my post. That's always been weird to me. I have celebrities that have DM'd me or liked or shared and whatever, but like making a campaign out of it is crazy ministry. Because I feel like if I'm doing it, I'm trying to show, hey, I don't know, hey, I'm not a marketing guru. Because I guess it's like social proof. Maybe I should do it. I don't know. But it's just like, it's weird to me. And so timeless spirit is being able to take the dopamine from having an audience to the spiritual timeless state of having a community, having connection, being able to communicate with the people, being able to communicate with yourself, being able to communicate with your truth, being able to communicate with embodied expression, being able to communicate with the universal laws and source consciousness, being able to communicate in stillness, being able to communicate with the fear, communicate with the chaos, and be able to speak life into the areas that you want to resurrect in your life. These are the things that matter to me. The timeless spirit. What is her appetite? What does she want? What is her will? How is the most high? How is the most high wanting to express herself through us? What does she want? What is her will? How much juicier is it? How much juicier is it from our own will? How much more aligned is it from our own will? Can we bow down and surrender our mind, surrender our patterns, surrender our daily habits, surrender our distractions that gravitate to just dopamine, and be able to receive the vision from the heavens, from the higher places, from the higher consciousness, and allow them to channel into the body to where we're experiencing and interacting with them and sharing them. Yes. Silent night, sleep music. You got to give me a nickname for you, because I'm not going to call you Silent Night, sleep music the whole time. But I did a silent retreat back in May for 10 days called Vipassana. It was a meditation it wasn't a silent retreat. It was a meditation course. I'll be doing it once a year. I talked about that previously in my YouTube lives and YouTube videos. I talk about Vipassana. It never ends. Once you go, Vipassana never ends. It becomes your life entirely. And it is one of the most beautiful, intense practices I've learned. 10 days, silent, fasting, 10 hours of meditation every day with yourself. No journals, no books, no crystals, no incense, no writing utensils, just you. You hear a lot. You hear a lot. Brandy, can you hear me? So I feel like I'm being purified. I feel this new moon is purifying me into a grounded state, to not to abandon goals or ambition, but it just don't feel necessary to be like looking into the future. It's like, be present. What is the garden of my life needing from me? What can I tend to? Tomorrow, I'm sorting through all my paperwork in my home. This is tending to my garden. Today, I had a very slow day. Very slow day. What can I do now? Yes, Brandy. What can I do now? Because looking to the future for what should be or what could be, it's not bad, but it can be distracting. Because then you're comparing this vision in your head for your future to right now. And then that gets you into the waiting energy, like something is not here yet. And I like to put it, let me break it down to you guys. Let me break quantum physics and how this energetic reality works, especially when it comes to manifestation, which we all love. Imagine a football field. I heard this story from a book I read. A football field, and you have one football player at one end of the football field that represents the past. Then you have another football player that is on the other end of the football field. Actually, let me do it this way. Imagine this being the football field, right? Okay. You got one player that's right here, one football player that represents the past. Then you got another football player that represents the future that's right here. Then you got another football player that represents the present, okay? These football players are representing different points in time, okay? They're all on the football field. Same reality, okay? But they represent different points of location, okay? That is how our minds work. That is how the energetic realm works, okay? Whatever you focus on, you amplify. So if you focus on the past, then that is what is going to amplify. You're going to have more players on here of the past, because it's not just 3 players of the past, present, and future. There's infinite football players that represent the past, the future, and the present. But what we have to understand is that the past and present future is happening on the same football field. It's all in the same timeline and reality. But what we get to experience more of is what we focus on. So am I focusing on player number 4 that represents the past, and player number 7 that represents the past, and I'm just passing the ball along to the football players that have the past, and every now and then I imagine the future, but I don't focus too much on that, or I don't focus on the present at all. Does that make sense? My point is that every timeline of our past, present, and future is on the same playing field, timeline, and reality. And whatever we're experiencing the most of shows us which player we're focusing more on. So when I'm focusing on the present, I am tending to, I'm hungry. Let me brush my teeth. Did I drink water today? Am I in the energy of urgency, or I'm in the energy of intention? You know? And it's not about things being right or wrong, good or bad. It's about whatever you're focused on, that is what you're amplifying. Does this mean to bypass your human experience? No. But it also means not to make your human experience a God. You surrender your human experience to the Most High, to your highest self. That's why when you feel pain, it's important. It's important when you're feeling pain and suffering. It's important for you to sit with it, to cry about it, to express it, so you can have that release and letting go of it. Acknowledge the judgments. Acknowledge what needs to be buried. Acknowledge what needs to be completely dead to you. And then speak life. Speak a language of resurrection to the parts of you that are pure, that is whole, who you were before you knew trauma, before we were taught who we were. You know what I mean? What time is it? 9 o'clock? What else did I write down here? My body, my life, my business, my joy, my creativity, my art, my music, my home. These are all my temples. My temples, my sanctuaries. If you just sat down and looked at the work that you do, whether you got a 9 to 5, that you want to leave, whether you have a full-time business, whether you're your mom, whether you're married, whether you're an artist, a designer, a student, whoever you are, what role you play. Imagine your work being a temple. What is sacred about this experience? Not to bypass the true feelings you have about it, but I'm sure there are people in other countries, in other positions, that would love to have the convenience that work allows you to afford, or try to afford, child, because in this economy, it's crazy business. What's the point? What's the point? Everybody quit your jobs. Doesn't keep it 100. But just it's a reframing of our energy. You know, moving my body and my nutrition has definitely been a very interesting journey with me, okay? My relationship with stewarding my money in healthy ways has been a very interesting journey with me, okay? No judgment. Yet it's time to create it's time to create new patterns that are aligned with the capacity and spaciousness for the vision that is coming through me. There must be new patterns implemented, not as discipline, not as pressure, but as devotion, as a lover of my life, proving to myself that I can live in a way that's in integrity with what I claim that I love. If I love doing affirmation music, if I love being of service, if I love being a woman, if I love being in love, if I love, like, how am I living when no one is watching? You know, who am I being to myself? What am I saying to myself? How am I treating my life? How can I, how can I reframe the practical, the mundane as sacred? Opportunity to refine myself and ground myself. That's sacred too, right? Being able to weed out the things that's not real growth, it's fake growth, because nothing nourishing comes from it. It actually chokes the life of things that are actually nourishing. Where am I being fake with my purpose? Where am I being fake with my convictions? This is not about self-condemnation. This is about, I love myself enough that I want to give you, I want to give you the best, Tony. Despite what wasn't taught, despite what wasn't given, despite what wasn't prepared for, I have source intelligence living through me. I can be guided through all of this. I can be guided on paths that I've never taken before, because this is my path. This is my pattern. So when it comes to our joy, and like our sister said, you know, with her relationship with her self-love, her practice of self-love, your business, your life, your joy, your health, your body as a temple. These are all temples. The temple of joy, the temple of health, the temple of wealth, the temple of friendship. How can we enter these temples with sacred communion, intentional sincerity of how we're showing up? I wrote down, this moon calls me to nourish these temples with presence and devotion, with a loving pattern, a cycle, a circle. You know how they say healing and life is not linear? Growth isn't linear either. Devotion isn't linear either. So what pattern are we giving it? What cycle? What part of the cycle are we on with devotion? Because I said something, I think I shared it on TikTok. I didn't share it on Instagram yet. But you know how when you're a mom and you have these children that you love, and they're little babies, they're little kids. They're like, Mommy, I want this toy. Mommy, I want this. I want that. Mommy, I'm hungry. Mommy, this is what Frank did to me at school today. Da, 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 da. And you tired. Or you want your man to just take the kids for a while, whatever, but you're the only one there and they are calling your name out. Mommy, I hurt myself. You may not always feel excited to be in this devotion as a mother to your child. But it's not duty. It is your role. You're not going nowhere. You're not going nowhere. You're here for your child. So when it comes to yourself, you can posture your perspective. When it comes to myself, I am my own child. I am this tender being that I'm massaging growth into her. I am massaging alignment. I'm massaging my present life into alignment. You see what I'm saying? It's like you want to be sacred. You want to be mindful. You want to be graceful. Letting go of the learned energy of perfectionism, the learned energy of pressure and urgency and duty. Let's call it sacred devotion, because that is exactly what it is. My body, my life, my business, my joy are temples. This moon is calling me to nourish them with presence and devotion, with a loving pattern, a cycle, a circle. I want you all to close your eyes right now. Put your hand on your heart. And you know how the eyes are round? Imagine your awareness. See if you can pause on your logical, critical processing of this. Allow yourself to imagine the roundness of your sight, your eyes. And imagine this sight, this round sight, is the shape of your awareness. It's round. And in the center of this is how you're feeling about your life privately. Outside of all the roles we're showing up to, the jobs that we work at, the businesses that we run, the in-between states of transitioning and change and growth, the momentum of what's happening in our life. Outside of all of that, all the goals, the ambition, how are we feeling truly about us? Bring that round awareness. A circle, a safe circle of awareness of how we're truly feeling about ourselves, where we're at right now in our lives. Feel the safetiness of this circle of awareness. With gentle curiosity, how am I doing? How am I really feeling about me? And how I'm living? What I've committed to? You can open your eyes. Take a deep breath. This is what has guided me, is being able to sit still enough to say, but am I enjoying this? Do I like my life? Do I feel behind? Do I feel like I have to pretend or perform? Do I feel like I'm not enough? Do I feel afraid? Just being honest and safe with yourself. If I can't do nothing else, I'm going to get curious and present and be able to say, hey, let me check in with you. I know we got a lot of movement going on. A lot of decisions are being made. A lot of rest is happening. A lot of changes and decisions. You know what I'm saying? Just be able to just be like, but how you doing? Okay? How am I doing? I wrote down here that the Virgo is asking the feminine within me to honor sacred structure without perfectionism. This is not about results. This is about relationship with my body. Okay? This Virgo season is asking my feminine for a sacred structure, to honor that. Because my feminine, she's so wild. And she loves being childish, playful. I love that about her. I love that about my feminine energy. It's so important to have a relationship with your feminine energy. So much information about it. But being still enough will allow you to hear her. Let me charge my phone before I go out. Okay. Gotta wrap it up soon, y'all. Okay. It's so important for us to not operate from pressure, but from power. Have rituals of power, not pressure. During this Virgo season, it's all about earth and rooting and refinement, paying attention to the details of the devotion. It's important for us as women, especially, to accept this invitation to see where we require structure for us, for our feminine to be in flow. Okay? Yes, sacred structure without perfection. It's not about perfection. Yes. So we want to ask ourselves this question, which I asked myself early today. What daily rituals feel like devotion, not discipline? Those daily rituals are tea drinking. Again, let me just clarify. My lifestyle does not include wifely duties or motherhood duties. So I just want to make that clarifying point of my time privilege and capacity privilege, okay? My rest privilege. So when I say these things, keep that in mind, because you might need to reframe these questions. But you can still utilize them. What daily rituals feel like devotion, not discipline? How do you know if they're devotion? How do you know? How do you know? That's not how the song goes, but that's what came to my mind, Whitney Houston song. The next question is, where can I ground myself more fully in the body and home? Where can I ground myself more fully in the body and home? Shoot, movement, nutrition. Just being able to say, we're not doing that no more. We're not eating that stuff no more. This is what we're doing. you know? Being able to like ground in that way. Back to my body. Ground in the home is just tending to it. What does my home need from me? You know? How can I take nourishment of her and tend to her? The third question I asked myself was, what temple in my life, in body and relationships, is asking for more presence? You know, what temple in my life, whether it's my temple of my body, my relationships, my work, my joy. Remember I said those are temples? Where are they asking for more presence? Yes, I love that, TJ. When I am good to my body is good to me. And I wrote on here, what small action could I return to that feels like love in motion? I really feel called to movement. And I really feel called to intentional culinary arts. Like, I know who I am when I'm in that pocket, you know? I'm daydreaming, y'all. That's just who I am when I'm in that. So I want you all to, before we get into our affirmations, choose one small action. One small. Sure, what do you mean the bear? The bear. Why did you bring that up, Cheryl? Because this is the second time I'm hearing about the bear. This morning I was learning about weight loss, Tai Chi and Gajong movement for weight loss. The bear. Okay, this is the second time I was brought up. Someone mentioned the bear to me, but it wasn't about the show. It's about movement. The bear. What do you mean? You said the show? I don't get it. It's not ringing the resonance of what we're talking about. I'm not getting it. And Demetrius, I don't think he's really meaning to be in this conversation. Oh, he talking about my hair. That's what I was going for. The lion from The Wiz too. But make it 80s. Oh, culinary show, The Bear. Okay, got it. It's all coming together. Okay. It's on what? Netflix or Hulu? I'll check it out tonight, actually. Okay, I get it, Cheryl. Hulu, cool, because I got Hulu. Um, so what I want you all to do is choose one small action, whether it is drinking water, whether it's a movement. Right now, I'm doing Tai Chi movements. I'm doing I won't. Is this circulation dancing? It's dancing that's moving in circles. You're moving your body in circles, your wrists, and it's just like this kind of energetic way of losing weight and moving your body and allowing your lymphatic system to be stimulated. And I like it. I like it a lot actually because it feels truer. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And that small action that you take, make that your devotion. Like for the remainder of this year, I'm committed to moving my body in these poetic ways, in these devoted ways. Like I love watching movies and studying about how women moved in temples and India and Africa, and learning the different exercises and movements and shapes they made with their body, and how they anointed their bodies with oil. I'm really big on that. It's like really anointing my body with oils at different times. When I'm at my altar, I have different oils, and I like literally nothing else exists in the world but this oil in my body, and I'm praying over my body. I'm laying hands on my body, and I'm speaking life over my body. I'm communing with my body. I'm letting her know that I am the authoritative voice to bring her comfort, to bring her power, to bring her healing, you know? So yeah, there's that. And now we get into our affirmations. What did I write down? Yeah, it's, you know, out of everything I hope you all get from these affirmations in this conversation is that it's important that we reframe discipline to devotion, pressure to presence. Okay? Yes, this live will be saved. Only you know what those small actions are. There's a scripture in the Bible that says it's the little foxes that spoil the vine. And I believe it's the little foxes that nourish the vine too. If it's the little things that destroy you, it's also the little things that's going to grow you. Okay? If you're ever in a garden, pay attention to the tiny pests that will destroy your crops. Okay? It's never a lion or a giraffe or an eagle or a beaver. It's these tiny little pests. So think about the tiny little acts, the tiny rituals, the small rituals that you can be consistent with. A drink of water, being present with your tea, and create that devotional pattern in your life, okay? All right, so I want you guys to repeat these affirmations after me. These are our new moon and Virgo affirmations that I wrote down for myself that I'm sharing with you. Everything that I share with you doing these new moon and full moon affirmations are from my own personal journey. So just like the old folks used to say, the elders used to say, eat the meat, throw out the bones. Whatever resonates, let it land, let it seep in, let it grow in your own journey. Whatever doesn't, just throw it out, okay? Because this is from my own customized path, okay? And it is a honor and privilege when it lands for you and resonates, because it shows the continuity of what's happening in the collective. You know, what's happening with me isn't just unique. It's what is happening with a lot of people that are on this timeline of growth, evolution, and winning the war within. Okay? I am in devotion to my well-being. I am in devotion to my well-being. Me and my well-being go together real bad. That's my homie. That's my girl. Okay? My daily rituals are sacred offerings. My daily rituals are sacred offerings. They are not duty. They are not obligation. Okay? My daily rituals are sacred offerings. As simple as brushing my teeth, as simple as taking a shower, drinking my tea, stretching my body, sending out emails. These are my daily offerings, my sacred offerings. I create structure that nourishes, not pressures me. I create structure that nourishes me. I don't use colonialism and capitalism and the oppression of that as a way to abandon structure, to abandon process, to bypass systems, patterns, rituals, devotion, tending to the land of me. Okay? My body is a temple and I treat it with reverence. My body is a temple. I treat it with reverence. My body is a temple. I treat it with reverence. I allow my cells, my imagination, my wisdom centers to open up to that affirmation now. I choose presence over perfection. I choose presence over perfection. I can retire from perfectionism. As long as I'm present and showing up in the now on what's required of me now, that's enough. That's enough. We need to put perfectionism out of business. You feel me? I am grounded. I am supported and aligned with the earth's rhythm. Pay attention to earth. Pay attention to her. Pay attention. I don't care where you're at. If you're in New Zealand, if you're in Asia, you're in Africa, you're in Detroit, you're Chicago, Atlanta, Texas, Philly, New Jersey, New Hampshire, like I don't care where you're at, Boston. Pay attention to earth. Watch how the sky changes. Feel how the wind moves. Pay attention to how the climate changes, how the seasons change, how the trees change when seasons are changing. Pay attention to her rhythm. We know spring happens, but do we know the time and date and second of when that first bloom is going to happen with those flowers, with those trees? You know? Do we know the very second when the leaves are going to turn green? No. So pay attention to the earth's rhythm and honor the mystery of the divine orchestration of her shifts, her changes, her bloom, her death. Because that wisdom is the same wisdom that we can use to approach our lives. The rhythm of our own life is always going to twin the rhythm of natural life, okay? My actions are my prayers. My actions are my prayers. My actions are my prayers. Say that with your mouth. My actions are my prayers. What I did today on Friday, what I do today on Saturday, what I do on Sunday, these are my prayers. I'm taking actions not because it's my duty, it's my obligation, it's my responsibility, it's because you know what I'm saying? Because I want some type of result. These are my prayers. This is my communication with the unseen world. I'm engaging with the universal laws. My actions are the manifestation of the things that I speak because I'm embodying the visions, the imaginations through my body. I honor what I claim I love through how I live. I honor what I claim I love through how I live. Calling my awareness back to the integrity of my home, of my present moment, my present reality. Calling my awareness like, come here, girl, you focusing on politics, you focusing on injustice, you focusing on what hasn't happened yet, you focusing on wonder what they doing, you're focusing on why this hasn't happened, all of that stuff. Come on, bring your awareness back here. Because I don't love all of that. I love my life. I love these visions. I love these gifts. I love these dreams. I love this body. So I'm bringing my presence back to what I love, what I claim I love, through how I live. I am rooted. I am prepared for the beauty ahead. I am rooted and prepared in devotion for the beauty ahead. I wrote that down as the last affirmation because I'm big on demystifying this process of growth, change, evolution, manifestation, demystifying it, and being able to say practical things, practical affirmations that grounds us. I'm ready, I'm prepared in devotion to the beauty of ahead, but still acknowledging that there's so much more beauty to come. Is there anything else for me to share from this devotion? No. The rest is I'll keep for me. And that's a wrap, Johnny. I hope you all received something from this 90 minutes of new moon affirmations and conversation in Virgo. Be grounded. Trust your refinement. Enjoy your process. 2 things I want to leave with you all. Don't leave just yet. Okay? 2 things. If you are in Atlanta, let's go get some ice cream tomorrow. Okay? Stop playing with me. I know y'all out here in these streets of Atlanta. Let's go get some ice cream and meet up. No, if y'all got space and time tomorrow, I'll be at Ice Cream You on Cascade Road between 2:30 and 4 o'clock. Okay? We just gonna get some ice cream and kick it. This is not an event. This is a straight up meetup, okay, in my neighborhood. Second thing, join my Patreon. It's only $11.11, okay? I'll be doing live meditations once a month, and I'll be doing affirmations after dark, which is storytelling of affirmation storytelling. I show things from behind the scenes of me being in the studio, and most importantly, music you've never heard before is I release on my Patreon. Okay? So become members. I only have 1 person in my Patreon right now. So if it's true, I'm talking to you. If it's true, I'm inviting you. If it's true, I want to meet you there in my Patreon, okay? Those of you who cannot meet me up in Atlanta, please join my Patreon because I am not about building a brand. I'm about creating community, okay? Please provide the link. Yes, I will provide the link in the link is already in the description of this video. So you just go to the description of the video. It's on my website. I am Toni Jones. Join my Patreon. You can go to the link in my bio on my Instagram and join that. That is the way you support me supporting you, okay? I appreciate those of you who have resonated with this message, with this share of my devotion to you, and may you create your own devotion. Take what lands again. All right. I love you all so much. I love you all so much. I love myself first because it's the only way for me to love you all sincerely and authentically from that place. All right. Y'all talk gentle with yourselves. Atlanta, Georgia. I see y'all tomorrow. All right. Peace. Thank you.